We're having a cat cameo right now. Hey, buddy. Hi, YouTube. Do you ever put on a new lipstick and it feels like play makeup that you used to wear when you were like 9 years old? This stuff feels gross, but I like the color. Damn it. Let's try this again. So I'm going to do a mix today of vloggy stuff and a little bit of bullet journaling stuff. I am a bullet journaler and I have been for years, but every now and then I get the itch to use a structured planner. I don't know why this happens, but I think it probably happens to a lot of us. So I use a structured planner for a while, and then in one way or another it doesn't work for me, and then I remember how great bullet journaling is, and so I need to like move back into a bullet journal. If my cats could just like not knock something over for like 5 minutes, that would be great. Anyways, so I'm now at the point of this structured planner where I'm getting that feeling like it's not working for me again. So, I know it's like an awkward time. It's not the, beginning of a month or anything, but I'm gonna do a little plan with me and a little chat, and we're gonna have a little fun with the cat knocking over the tripod, and we'll see how it goes. I've never done this setup before, so I'm not sure, what the best, angle is and all that kind of stuff. So you guys will have to let me know what you think about it in the comments below. But anyway, let's get to the desk view. Alright, here we are at the desk view. This is the structured planner that I was using, for like a few months. Since June, I think. It's just kind of a cheapo one from Target. It's not one of the nice, like, it's no Erin Condren or whatever all of those other popular ones are, Golden Coil and whatever. This is just a Day Designer. And I liked it pretty well. It has, I'll show you a blank week here. It has horizontal view. Each day is divided into 2 halves with like a schedule on one side and to-do list on the other, and then there's like a top 3 section, a notes section, very tiny, and a gratitude section down here. And sometimes this amount of structure is really good for me, and sometimes when I have weeks like I had this week, when I get through Monday and I've only crossed off, like one thing off of my to-do list, and then I get to Tuesday and I have some sort of like health thing or, unexpected schedule thing that comes up, and then it throws my whole day off, instead of just like getting back to the things that I was supposed to do on Monday, I just feel like, my entire week is shot, so may as well just give up on getting anything done this week because my checkboxes don't look perfect. And like, I know that that's a mental health thing, and it's a productivity thing too, toxic productivity kind of mindset. And that's part of what makes structured planners like these bad and what makes bullet journals good. I think sometimes when I get super overwhelmed, my brain needs this kind of structure, but a lot of the time this just becomes like a tool for me to like chastise myself about how little I'm getting done. And that's what's happening right now. So I am going to migrate back into my bullet journal. My bullet journal currently is a see if you can see, this is a Dingbats A5 size. I really love their paper. It is a cream, like it's even darker than ivory, you know, it's like a solid cream. So if that bothers you, Dingbats is not for you, but I love this. I really hate the stark white of some paper because I think it just, like, that glaring white kind of bothers my eyes sometimes. I'm a dark mode person on my phone at all times. But whiteout doesn't work super great on the cream paper because you can see the whiteout just as bad as you could see whatever mistake it was. So, pros and cons. But anyway, oh wait, I still need this open, don't I? Yes, because I am migrating stuff. So, the way that I structure my bullet journal is pretty close to the original, like, Ryder Carroll founder minimalist situation. I do not do art. I do not do stickers. The most that I will do is, like, a little bit of, you know, do my headers in a different color or something like that, but I am definitely a, like, functional, structural kind of bullet journaler, not a art therapy. You know, it's not like a Zen thing for me. It's definitely a productivity thing. So, and I do my dailies like a little bit different from the original Ryder Carroll version. And I'm gonna show you a little bit what I mean. So it's kind of awkward because I'm, you know, setting up from a blank page here. But so normally I would do, you know, how he says, where you just, you know, write a date at the top, and then as things come up, make a bullet for to-dos, make a dash for notes, make a whatever your other symbol is for events. You know, as it comes up, that's when you write it down. And then the original way, like the way that he set it up, is to, at the end of your day, if you have any open tasks, you would then, you know, go ahead and write those on the next day. That repetition drives me insane. Like, I don't get any benefit from rewriting. It stresses me out to use extra paper that I, you know, don't need to use. So what I do is I just, you know, do my dailies, and if I have any open tasks at the end of the day, they stay open. And the next day, if I'm looking back at my, you know, to-do list, it's right there. I can see that I have a to-do left open from today. So I'll just check it off when I do it tomorrow. Like, it's fine. I'm not going to rewrite it. I'm not going to migrate that over from here to here, like, because that's just not helpful to me. But I do migrate it once I've filled up this spread, this 2-page spread. When I fill up completely with dailies, then I will migrate stuff over to the next page. So what I'm going to do now is what I would normally do as I'm migrating things over from the previous week, or from the previous, you know, however long it is, because this 2-page spread may take me a week to fill up. It may take me 2 weeks to fill up. Like, it all just depends. So I don't do structured weekly layouts. I don't do structured monthly layouts. It's just really flexible. So I like to call these flexible dailies, but, you know, it's just what works for me. And I guess I should probably zoom in a little bit here and hopefully not knock my camera over. So what I normally do is I just write reminders at the top. And everything that I put under here are going to be like migrated things from the previous page. In this case, it's going to be from my old planner. And I do that in a different color, and that's as much color as I do. Otherwise, it's just pen and bullets. So I'm gonna probably time-lapse this, and I'm just gonna write out some stuff here, and I'll catch you in a minute. Alright, so I finished migrating things over from my other notebook. I have a lot of like things planned out on a per day basis, you know, like appointments and stuff, and scheduled things in this old structured planner. But when I'm using a bullet journal, this is not how I do things. When I'm using a bullet journal, I keep all of my dated items in my Google Calendar, and that's it. Like, I don't do future planning and stuff in the bullet journal because it's like, I need the Google Calendar because I need, you know, the notifications on my phone, and I need to make sure my calendar is accessible to my husband, and, you know, blah blah blah, stuff like that. And keeping the Google Calendar and a planner in sync just is too much for me to maintain, and when I forget something in one place and put it on the other, like, it causes me a lot of stress. So I do not keep like dated stuff in here. I rely on my phone to remind me when I have meetings, when I have appointments and stuff like that. So everything in here is a task or a note. Sometimes I do like little tiny chunks of like freeform journaling, whatever I feel the need to write down. If I have an idea, or if I have a question that I want to remember to research later, that'll all go inside of my daily, all of the like rapid logging things. So this is what I pulled over in terms of tasks and notes and just little reminder things. So after that, I'll just skip a line, write today's date, which is I know what it is. It's 9/23. And now I'm ready to, you know, go about my day today. It's like 3 o'clock already, so I've mostly already gone about my day today and, you know, done a bunch of work and made notes and things. But if anything else comes up, then I will write it here. At the end of the day, I'll skip a line, write tomorrow's date, and you know, if I am on top of things, I will, you know, write out a to-do list for me to do tomorrow. But the reality is that I don't hardly ever remember to do it at night. I will do it, you know, as I'm drinking my coffee in the morning. So yeah, this is flexible dailies, or flexible rapid logging, I suppose, which is my bullet journal method, and I'm sure you'll be seeing it more in future videos. Alright, back to selfie cam. Probably at a different camera angle than when I started, but I'm not professional enough to remember that kind of thing, so here we are. I also wanted to chat a little bit about, some writing stuff. That's what these vlogs are for. Last time, I think I mentioned that I'm working on revising Second Sight. That is still ongoing. I think I've made a lot of good progress. I was really at a roadblock the last 3-4 days, because I had some health stuff going on and just some other kind of stressors, and I just, when something like that zaps your energy, it's like you don't have any creative juice anymore. And so that's kind of where I was at. I didn't have any creative juice, and I was at a part where I had decided the flow, the order of a couple of different things, how they get certain information needed to change, which was just a little bit more involved than the other sort of character tweaking stuff I had been doing. And so I felt like it needed more brain power than I had. But at writing group last night, we did, I think it was only 3 sprints, but I finally powered through the section that was giving me trouble, and I don't know, it was one of those things where it just kind of came together, and I was fairly happy with how it turned out. It's definitely going to need to be, updated and revised later on. That's fine. But I got through that part. And now that I'm through that part, I'm back to just tweaking little character things. I'm working on aging up my main character, because she was just reading really quite young. And it wasn't how I had wanted her character to come out. So let me talk about that for a second. Aging up a character. This is my first experience with this kind of thing, but here's what I'm doing. Part of what was making her seem really young was that she was reacting incredibly emotionally to many things. It's not like adults don't cry or get upset, but adults tend to not cry at every upsetting things that happens to them, right? Mild frustration, mild irritation, mild upset. Adults handle those kinds of emotions routinely, day in, day out, every single moment of their lives. When you are a young person, each one of those things feels very important and very big. At least that's how I was when I was a teen. And as you get older, you just get more self-control and more context about how important everything is, and you're more able to get a handle on your own emotions and keep your reaction in check. It doesn't mean that you're not feeling the emotion, but that you're not reacting as strongly, right? So as I was reading through my draft, that was the biggest thing that was making her feel very young, like 15, 16 years old, when in my brain I was trying to write her as a early, maybe mid-20s. So as I'm reading through, I'm looking for every time she's crying, every time she's widening her eyes, that's a huge crutch phrase in my writing, her eyes were so wide all the time, she's just walking around like this at all times. Yeah, that's a great look. So I'm looking for all of those kinds of things. and I'm toning them down or completely cutting them out. So instead of crying, maybe she'll think something internally like, oh my god, I can't believe that this is happening again. Or how am I going to deal with this? How am I going to resolve this situation? You know, normal things that we all think throughout the day when we come up against something that's upsetting. Genuinely upsetting, and it's, you know, we're still upset about it. We're just not, like, throwing a tantrum like kids do. So, I think that process has been very successful. And I think that going through that and paying attention to those things has kind of fixed, I'm not going to say fully, but it's made strides towards fixing what felt like a rushed and awkward relationship between her and the main sidekick character slash love interest. Their romance arc felt very awkward because she was going from crying at every single little thing to being like madly in love with this guy. And it just, like, that arc just didn't make sense. There wasn't enough of a thread that, like, brought her from one place to the other. So now that she's starting from a different place, you are gonna knock everything over again. Now that the character is starting from a different place, I think that the arc that she's going on in this relationship just makes more sense. And I've tweaked the flow of things of that a little bit too, kind of in the same manner. Like, I think as a writer, I was like, I know these two are getting together. I know that they are attracted to each other, but that didn't really, like, make it onto the page exactly. So threading that back through, strengthening their relationship, kind of giving the reader a hint that the main character was attracted to this guy, like, before she even really wanted to acknowledge it. That sort of thing. So that's what I've been working on during this revision. It's going pretty well. I am just past the midpoint, but I don't know how many words I've got. The other thing I kind of wanted to talk about was a cat on my desk. Is some kind of perspective news. It's not really news, but something I'm planning on doing. Pitch Wars is a thing that's coming up next week. The submission window is open next week. So Pitch Wars is a program that non-agented writers can submit I think the first chapter of their manuscript to a group of mentors who are published authors. And if your draft gets chosen, then you can work with that mentor and they'll help you revise and strengthen the draft. And then at the end, there's an agent panel and you have the opportunity to get your draft in front of an agent. And, it's not a guarantee of anything. They're not guaranteeing at all that you are going to get picked up by an agent, but it's a really good opportunity to learn, what your weaknesses are, and get the experience of querying, the experience of revising very quickly. So I am planning to submit this, Second Sight for Pitch Wars. I don't expect to get a mentor. I'll just say that. that is not my expectation. It would be fantastic. I would be over the moon if it happened, but I don't, expect it. But I think participating in that sort of a thing will be a really good experience. And if I happen to get some feedback along the way from one of these mentors, that would be incredible. Like if a mentor, maybe requests a full version of the manuscript and then gives me some feedback, maybe they tell me why they didn't choose it, that would be like, I would be over the moon even about that. Getting some feedback from a professional, from someone who's got experience that I don't have. Yeah. So I'm kind of nervous, not gonna lie, kind of nervous about submitting. I'm like writing that line between my draft is okay and I like some pieces of it versus this is a giant pile of trash and I hate every single word that's here. Like, I oscillate between those two things minute to minute. So minute to minute, I'm also like really nervous and really excited. So it's kind of daunting, but yeah, I'm gonna try to make that happen, and I will let you know what the process is like, and let you know if anything comes of it. But yeah, have you ever submitted to this sort of thing? Have you ever participated in pitch wars or author mentor match or anything like that? Please tell me what your experience was, because I need some reassurance right now. So thank you for watching. I am Rose. I don't think I said that at the beginning, but hi, I'm Rose. And I'm so glad you watched this. And I hope you comment below and like this video and maybe subscribe to my channel where I post vlog stuff, Bujo stuff, and hope to do live writing sprints and that sort of thing later on. And chronicle my path through the traditional publishing minefield. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.